and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. It's sort of in that middle limbo time, and yeah, this video kind of is a bit of a messy higgledy-piggledy thing as well, because usually when I do a What's for Dinner, it's sort of 4 meals that we've had that week, but as it's all been a bit up in the air, you know, turkey and this and that, I've sort of put together a couple of meals from before Christmas, some from after. Yeah, my Christmas food-wise went actually pretty well. So I had all gluten-free, obviously. I had gravy that I could have, so it had no onion and garlic in it, and I felt very well catered for, even though I was being hosted by my parents. So yeah, it was really, really good. Best thing about it was that by the end of Christmas Day, I was not keeled over in pain with a stomachache like I always do with my awful IBS. I was fine, which is bizarre. I think it's probably the first time in a decade that that's happened. Usually, this period between Christmas and New Year, I am an absolute mess. I don't get to, so many years I haven't even got to go out on New Year because I felt so incredibly bad from eating loads of food that I shouldn't eat, or eating food that I think I can eat, but for some reason my body just rejects and goes, I hate you. But this year it's been okay, so fingers crossed that continues for the next few days so I can enjoy the new year and everything. And I hope it's the same for you. Let me know in the comments below how your Christmas went food-wise. If it went well, let me know. If it went bad, just write it there as well, moan and groan, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate. I will certainly relate from past experiences. Obviously Mark is going to be helping me in this video because he cooks dinners too. We sort of both do it depending on who is free at dinner time, who fancies cooking, and if I can't be bothered, I'm like, Mark, please cook. And he is actually a very good cook, even though he only started cooking properly probably a few years ago. He didn't really cook before then, but now he's really, really good at it, so it's amazing. So yeah, watch out to the very end of the video for a very delicious meat-free meal, which obviously with January coming up, and just generally we're trying to be again a bit more meat-free, so there is a meat-free meal in this one, and it is Mark's sweet potato curry, which is just divine. It's so, so good. Everything obviously in this video is gluten-free as well, onion and garlic free. It's all yummy, so yeah, let me show you what we had for dinner over the last higgledy-piggledy time. So first up, this is something that I like to call my chicken mini roast.
Yes.
We did this before Christmas just to sort of like get us in the mood for a Christmas dinner.
And practice.
Yeah. Although actually with some of this I didn't record when I was supposed to be recording.
Oh yeah.
So you might just be a bit rushed through this. So yeah, I chopped up all the veg and started roasting it. And I chopped up these potatoes, and then
You parboil?
I parboil them because then that makes them super fluffy and crispy. So just parboil them for like 8 to 10 minutes.
We got 9 there, I think.
I think that must be 10 then.
Yeah.
So then I just do that, and whilst that's happening,
we're starting to make the gravy.
But obviously with the roast there's lots to do at the same time. So I got some chicken thighs here with the skin on and the bone in, and just put them onto a baking sheet, a little bit of oil on top, and just rubbed it in, like massage those chicken thighs, just so that they get a really nice crispy skin on them.
I'm glad we didn't go with turkey, by the way.
Yeah, for this, I really like chicken thighs. I think they're just delicious. So I season them a little bit, with a bit of salt and pepper, really simple, and just put them into the oven until they're done. So here is the gravy being done.
That's melted butter and gluten-free flour.
Yep.
Then our stock, tomato puree, and then in goes some white wine. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Yeah.
1 teaspoon of browning, and that is it.
Yeah, it's really, really simple. Just let it reduce. So with the roast potatoes, I like to shake them. I drain them and shake them, make a load of steam, and then put them onto the baking sheet with the other roasted veg. Make sure it's really, really hot. Obviously it will be because you're cooking it already. And yeah, just as you can see, the gravy is just nicely reducing. We've got that recipe on the blog, so you can check that out.
So is the shaking of the potatoes just to like make them really crispy?
Really crispy, yeah. It's the ultimate way.
Because they were amazing.
They were the nicest potatoes. My mum even did ones like that for Christmas dinner, didn't she? So then just plate up. You got your crispy thigh, which doesn't look as crispy as it is, but that is super crispy.
It is.
And then we've got some roasted parsnips, roasted carrots, some nice crispy roast potatoes.
You did something especially for me in this dinner. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't
Something
remember.
that you didn't have.
Oh, I made him some marrow fat peas because he likes marrow fat peas. Does anyone else like marrow fat peas or even know what they are? And as you can see, this is a mini roast because I had rocket. It almost feels like a summery roast in a way until you put the gravy on. And I did eat gravy and rocket together.
That sounds quite nice.
It was quite nice.
I have anything covered in gravy.
Yeah, so that was our mini roast. And it's just a really easy way to have a roast dinner.
Yeah, because it otherwise involves a lot of different things, whereas that wasn't too bad at all.
No, and it was really, really good.
Okay, and I also made you this week smoky bacon and haddock with a kind of tomato sauce.
This was surprisingly amazing. Like, we've not had something like this too many times before. Oh, and it had the Hasselback potatoes.
Yes, with Hasselbacks as well.
Yes.
And it's just brilliant. It's got like smoky tomato sauce and smoky fish.
So there's the Hasselbacks, all nicely sliced using a wooden spoon to make sure you don't go through them.
Yep, and this is the meal prep sauce, do you remember?
Yep.
But it's frozen still, so I just put that in the microwave on a really low heat.
I love you test it with your finger, just like tapping it, like knocking on a door.
Well, I thought it didn't look frozen on camera.
Yeah.
So it's not actually bacon, it's pancetta.
Oh,
So
same thing.
smoky pancetta, I fried that. And I did something weird with the fish.
Okay.
I started frying it.
Yep.
And it started spitting everywhere. You know how fish does.
Oh, I hate it when it spits everywhere.
So I actually decided to then take the frying pan, because it's got no handle on it, and I put it in the oven.
That's the best thing about these Tefal frying pans, that you can actually remove the handle, so you can just literally use it as like an oven dish.
Yes.
Oh, so there are
I
the
was checking on
Hasselbacks,
them, yeah.
checking that they're cooked.
So that's when I put it in the oven.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So my sauce is done now. That's got chopped up courgette in it as well. So I just simply plonk that in.
Yep.
It's not entirely warm yet. It's just kind of defrosted.
Yeah.
So I put that in there to warm it up. Put some...
Paprika?
Yep, that's the one. Just let it reduce a bit more.
Yeah.
It's got all that lovely pancetta flavour in it. Smokiness. And then my fish is in the oven cooking. Hasselback's in the oven cooking. That's basically it.
Yeah.
It's really simple. But I really like having the tomato sauce when you've got Hasselbacks.
I like that. It's almost like patatas bravas.
It is, because it's smoky.
Yeah.
It's smoky as well.
It feels like that Spanish delicacy.
Yeah.
So, and I just like to, when I've got potato, I like to have some sort of sauce with it.
Do you know what I think I've just realised? That's not haddock. That
No?
was what we bought in like Aldi or
yeah,
Lidl.
it was like Basa,
Yeah.
smoked Basa, because
So-
it was cheaper.
So actually, this is a really cheap meal.
Really cheap meal. Whatever fish you can find, just a smoked fish would work perfectly.
And if you haven't prepared the sauce like I did, you can simply just use chopped tomatoes, chopped courgette, maybe add a bit of like mixed herbs to it.
Yeah, it's really simple.
That is all that
let
was
it
in that.
reduce and it's done.
Oh, and those are good.
They look really nice.
There's a little secret as well. We've actually got Hasselbacks in the oven right now.
We do.
As we're recording
Whilst
this.
I'm recording this voiceover, I am cooking Hasselbacks and I can't wait to eat them.
How long have they got?
Don't know, about 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
we
hurry up.
We got time.
So there it is. That was really, really good.
So even though the fish is just plain, it's smoky and it's got all that other sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chicken hot pot.
This is what I made under your instructions.
Yeah, I had stuff to do, so I just shouted through.
I was like, what? I've never made a hot pot before.
Oh, it's joyful.
So I feel like I can't really tell you how to make one.
Although you did this differently to me at the beginning. Usually, I would like parboil my potatoes, but Mark has this thing where he likes to wrap them in.
Do it like a jacket.
Yeah, in the microwave. It's strange, but it works.
So I put them in on full power just to soften them up.
Yep. And this is a...
This was a disaster.
This is a disaster. Look at it. Doesn't look like a disaster. This is just chopping up chicken thigh. But soon after, I don't know why it took you so long to realise, but Mark then decided that the chicken thigh was off. It was well in date, but...
It was in date.
But it was off.
It smelled bad.
So he got rid of it.
Yeah, so I didn't actually use that. What I use later is not that.
No, that stunk.
It smelled like eggs.
Yeah.
It smelled really bad.
And he kept chopping it. I don't get it. So with the potatoes, like I usually do this parboil, but Mark did it in the microwave. Then you do it so that you can slice them up. Obviously, they're not. It's a bit.
I think I did them a bit too soft.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
They actually turned out really good.
Oh god, steaming right up.
You can tell how hot they were.
Yeah. So then just put some oil into your pan and some carrots.
Yeah, I tried to like cook them for ages.
Yeah, we use the carrots as obviously something we like to eat, but also because we don't have onion, it's a good way of sort of when you want to add your flour, which we'll do in a second. It's a good way for it to sort of stick to something.
Just anything.
And the flour's there to thicken it. Then we add the chicken, which is not those chicken thighs.
Yes.
And the stock, and a bit of herbs, And then just allow that to sit for a little while and add the spinach. But let it sit just to thicken up. It doesn't take long because that flour really helps it thicken. Season with a bit of salt and pepper. And then you just can add your sliced potatoes, which is simple.
Because I overdid them, they were quite fluffy.
Yeah.
They weren't really crispy.
They're almost like how roasts are.
Yeah, like your roast potatoes.
And then just put it in the oven for an hour. So that's why you need the oven-proof dish that you can also use on the hob.
Oh, that looks great.
And it's literally done. It reduced a lot, didn't it? So
yeah.
I would say maybe next time we could even use even more stock.
Yes, or cook it less time.
Cook it less time.
One of the two.
But you want it to be nice and crispy.
I love that this was just a whole meal. Like it's got the veg, the meat, and the potato.
Did we even have anything with it? I don't remember.
I don't think we did, you know.
It was
It's got spinach in it as well.
was so nice. It was just a really hearty bowl.
So I didn't actually have much chicken in there.
Nope.
As much as I would have wanted.
Because we didn't have the chicken thighs.
I think there's only 2 chicken thighs in that. I was going to do like 3.5.
Yeah.
But it all turned out okay in the end. And look at those crispy edges.
The crispy bits are the best. I'd quite like this for dinner tonight, but we are having Hasselback, so it's fine.
Do you need gravy with this?
I would sometimes have extra gravy.
I probably would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is my favourite. This is the sweet potato masala curry. Mark has made this. He's just made this up from scratch, and I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you. I just replaced chicken with sweet potato I already did in the oven.
Yeah.
So I started with, I think I only used 2 for this.
Yep.
But if I did this again, I'd probably like a bit more.
Well, it depends how big your sweet potatoes are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we had some massive sweet potatoes the other day.
Yes. So I'm just going to chop them into like disc shapes.
Yep.
And then I'm going to put them on a baking tray, cover them in oil and put them in the oven.
Yep.
Because I don't want to rely on having to cook them in the curry.
No, because potato like this does take quite a while.
Yeah, and then they'll just turn to mush.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be like, I did a risotto a few weeks ago and I wanted it to be mush in it. I don't want this to be mush.
No.
I want these to be like nice.
Have a slight crisp to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And have shape.
Yeah, exactly. So I just literally turning them over in oil. No seasoning, not needed or anything.
No, well, they're so lovely and sweet anyway.
And for this curry, I actually used... Oh, so they're basically done there.
Yep.
I used this curry paste I made in the meal prep video.
Yep, so you can go and check that out if you want to.
Yeah, the recipe is in that video. So I put a few in, like you said, just so I could put my flour in and it had something to stick to.
And then coconut milk and chopped tomatoes. So then that's going to help it thicken up. Although, to be honest, that nice thick coconut milk really helps it thicken anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was full fat.
Yeah.
Which helps a massive amount.
Yeah.
Put some spinach in. That's it.
That is just so good.
And then I kept those other sweet potatoes there because I don't want it to go all soggy.
Yeah.
I only put a few in so that the flour could coat something.
Yeah.
I just did that by necessity.
Did you add those sweet potatoes at the very end?
Very end. Very last thing I do because I don't want them to go all mushy.
You're just kind of heating them up, I guess.
Yeah.
And just letting them coat.
Yeah. They were in the oven for like 25 minutes or something like that.
So this is the rice that we do in the microwave. We just steam it in the microwave like it's a rice cooker.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
just
simple.
in one of those dishes with the lid on.
Yep.
And then that's it. I have considered having this with like a side or like, we sometimes have poppadoms, but you don't actually need it.
As I said the other day, I just prefer to have more curry than have sides.
Exactly. More curry sauce and rice.
And a bit of chives on top.
The thing I love about this is like it's such a creamy sauce.
Yeah.
But then the sweet potato is kind of creamy as well.
It's creamy but spicy but sweet but everything. It's just everything you want in your mouth all at once. And it's great. So if you want to watch even more dinners from us, then click over here on the right. And if you'd like to watch some more grocery hauls, then click on the left. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.